Most people who have good parents grow up with this sense that their individuality is well appreciated. Not everybody, but most people who have good parents understand that there's something very unique about them as an individual.
Welcome to Leading Leaders Podcast, 5-minute videos, 5 days a week.
I'm Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast. We recognize even today in the world of marketing and branding that one of the questions which comes up on a regular basis, generally during that time when we're asking, what if we have a lot of competition? What if everything that I do in my business, everything that I do for a job, everything that I put on my resume, every bit of my education looks just like all these other people? How then do I differentiate myself? Some people call it a unique selling proposition. The USP is the coolest tool in the world of branding and marketing today because it's the one thing that sets you apart from every other widget maker that makes this kind of widget, or every other coach that does this kind of coaching, or every other marketer that does this kind of marketing. It's that USP that really kind of gives you an edge. And yet what we realize is that it's more of an identity question than a branding question. And oddly enough, it's a question that most of us have been asking since we were knee-high to a grasshopper. We've all been begging to understand, what is my place in this world? Am I really unique? Am I all that special? Or did I just have doting parents who told me how often I was wonderful and how great my life was? Or maybe I had those parents who said, you're not that special. You're just like everybody else. Just go do your thing. See, there's something inside every one of us longing to have something unique about us. And if you watch, there are people who have a very imbalanced view of life, who have created their own persona for the purpose of being able to raise their hand and go, but I'm different. I'm not like everybody else. I think differently. I do differently. I am different. I am unique. And they express themselves in tattoos or body piercings or hair color or outfit. Maybe they've got a very loud jacket or a very specific tie or a certain way they wear their hair. And that's their own way of expressing that they are unique. I believe it was Lady Gaga's song that said, I was born this way. And the whole spirit of the song, if you will, is about how we can be so different from everybody else, and yet we're all human. We all share a very similar genome code. We're all different than cats and cactuses. But how is it that we can all be human and all be male or female or undecided, and yet find that we are so individually unique that our uniqueness carries value? Think about that question for a moment and what it means in your daily relationships. I'll never forget the first time I heard, when I joined the John Maxwell team. I was on a call, and when I joined, I was one of the first 100 people. And I was told by my sales representative, we'll probably never have more than, say, 500 people on the John Maxwell team. And I thought, 500 people doing the same thing that I do. 500 people with exactly the same training that I have. 500 people who are just like me. How will I ever stand out? What could I ever do differently? What do I have to offer that they don't? How can I ever make money in this business if there's 500 of us exactly alike? There's not 500. We're over 30,000 now, scattered all over the globe. And I remember John Maxwell one day saying, understand that if 10 people were in the room teaching exactly the same thing, 9 of those people are going to rub you the wrong way, have the wrong personality, be annoying, not say it in a way that you understand or that you like. And there's going to be one person whose fingerprints are different, whose personality is different, whose experiences is different, the way they tell a story is different. And from them, that lesson will be priceless. And I think that was probably one of the most encouraging things Easily one of the most encouraging things I've ever heard. Because I realize that even being in a group like that, even performing with a lot of people at an elite level like that, even if there were not 100, but 500, not 500, but 35,000, that even then, there are those people who are going to resonate with me and those who are not. Those people who are going to love Betsy Allen Manning and those who are going to love Paul Martinelli and those who are going to love Roddy Galbraith and those who are not. And that's okay. Because we're all just a little bit different, just a little bit unique. That's why nobody's fingerprints look just like mine. Nobody's DNA matches mine exactly, because we're all just a little bit different. And you know what? That's a good thing. That uniqueness not only builds your marketplace, because it says there are certain people who are really going to appreciate the uniqueness that is you, but it also builds your own identity to be able to say, I can be just a little bit off the mark and still be 100% me. I can be just a little different than everybody else and still be very authentic. I can be very authentic and know that there are certain people that I'm going to resonate with, that I'm going to influence, and others who couldn't care less about me because my uniqueness, I don't know, maybe it bugs them. And that's not a bad thing. So if you're asking the question, whether you're talking about marketing and branding and building your business, or you're talking about looking in the mirror and thinking, why am I even here? Understand it is an absolute fact that you are unique. There is something very special about you that nobody else has. There is a reason that you're made the way you're made. The way you think, the way you talk, the way you act, the way you carry yourself, the way you process data, the way you teach. It's you. It's uniquely you. Take advantage of that. And understand that that's going to be a powerful, powerful gift when you really come into your own and begin to do what you're made to do. I'm Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast for Tell It Like It Is TV. Have a blessed day.
Subscribe now for our extensive video library of leadership lessons promoting faith, family, and freedom.